Hey Pope, thanks for a reply. Probably don't know this, but I'm an avid watcher of your videos and a great respect or of your personal style, let's say. Enjoy your uniqueness and your confident style of humility and your lovely wife, for that matter. Yes, I watch your videos. But, I don't. The video itself is in a style, is in your style, where the real meat of it isn't. The deeper thought is in this context, and on the surface, of course, it's funny. But then in your description, you say quantum mechanics is nonsense or something equivalent to that. The thing about Schrodinger's cat is that the cat is in something like a lead box. Okay, it's not clear if you could even isolate a space that large to the level that you need to. But in principle, and we think you probably can, and certainly in special circumstances I'll get into in a little bit. But the point is, if you have a lead box, and the idea is nothing can go in and out, nothing can go in and out of that, and that means that you can't get information in or out. And the weird implication of quantum mechanics, that this example blows up to the macroscopic level, is that if you have a situation like that, then anything that possibly can be happening in that box is happening. Okay, that's strange. Okay, we tend to think that possibilities are just because we don't know. Well, quantum mechanics says no, possibilities are real. They have their own material reality, and so everything possible is happening in a system like that. Now, that might not be possible to actually make something on that scale. We certainly haven't yet. But it is possible on a smaller scale, okay, to isolate systems, and that's how we have done things like create the quantum cryptography, quantum computers. The whole trick of quantum computers is you have to preserve the undisturbed state of a given atom and make sure that it's not interacting with anything around it. If it's not lead that's just absorbing all of the energy that strikes it, then it has to be some plasma that redirects the energy away, just so you have a quiet spot there where all the possibilities can be superimposed. Because as soon as you disturb that by interacting with it, then only one of the possibilities will be observed. The thing is, though, to remember, too, is that, okay, we don't have to create a lead box. We can just, by accident, have a particle that isn't getting impinged upon, that isn't being interacted with. And that happens all the time, right? It just happens for short periods of time because, this state of affairs ends as soon as it interacts with something. But, that's all weird, but that can't make it nonsense, because this is something we've seen, and we've seen it in the epitome of the quantum mechanics experiment, not the model quantum mechanics, but the experiments that are leading us to create these strange models, which is the two-slit experiment, in which if you have your two slits in your detector and it's isolated such that you don't interact with it and see which slit a particular particle goes through, then you see a pattern that shows that the probability waves went through both, and the particle went through both, interacted with itself on the far side of the screen that has the slits, and you see the results of that in the probability distribution after you fired millions of particles. So we do see that. And the point of Schrodinger's example is not really to say that it's possible on the macroscopic scale, but it's certainly very conceivable, because the whole point is that you choose something random, okay, and on the quantum scale, and you can detect that. A Geiger counter clicks every time a photon hits it, and so it goes click, click, click. And if you do something as a result of that click, instead of flipping a coin, some people say if you flip a coin, you can make it come up at whatever you wanted if you're careful enough. But with a radioactive decay, you can't do that. So you can make the perfect random number generator. And since it's random and you can't predict what's going to happen, this isolates you further from having any knowledge or information about that system. And I think that we can't call that nonsense. We have to just call that really fucking weird.